Should you buy Titanfall 2 in 2021? Titanfall 2 is notorious for being one of the most underrated first-person shooter games ever made. It's been 5 years since its release and I just finished the campaign again, so let's discuss. We'll be talking about narrative and gameplay as well as some multiplayer. Welcome to Classic Game Reviews, where we go back in time and take a look at the games of the past, and today's game is Titanfall 2. One last thing, if you enjoyed this video, remember to smash that like button so you can support the channel and maybe consider sticking around by smashing that subscribe button. I appreciate everyone that has subscribed over the last 2 months. Titanfall 2 goes down a completely different direction from its predecessor and decides to add a campaign, and thank God they did.
Stand by for Titanfall!
New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
The story follows Jack Cooper and his Titan named BT, and is surprisingly less about stakes but more about connection. More specifically, how does a machine and a person connect? Is it through a literal link, or simply a person's ability to convince themselves they have a link with this machine? Obviously it has the typical end of the world plotline, but it's the way it's executed that's important. Has this story been told before? Of course it has. Terminator 2 tells this kind of story best in my opinion. Throughout the story, your connection with BT is woven perfectly throughout. It's done through quick dialogue choices within each mission, as well as some great gameplay choices that provide that well needed connection throughout. BT relies on you to power him up, which quickly turns to you relying on BT to survive a wave of enemies that would have ended you instantly if it wasn't for this soulless machine. There are multiple sections where you get separated from BT and really hammers it down on the player that you need BT, and even though it's clear what the developers are trying to do here, you can't help but just let it happen. And sure, you could say that's a negative, but I think being aware that you're connecting with a machine and forming a weird human-like connection with it is more powerful than realizing it right at the last second as the game ends. Game design is almost perfect in the campaign. Each area has something completely new and unique to offer to keep the player engaged, and has one of the most memorable missions I've ever played, with the ability to travel through 2 different timelines all at once, and it's incredible. The only other game to attempt that was Dishonored 2 that I've played. Each gun feels unique and powerful in their own way, and really gives you that sense of oomph when some poor soldier is looking you in the eye as you whip out your fat juicy shotgun and send him flying. However, some weapons aren't great, or at least didn't suit my style, so I ended up never using them again, but that's all personal taste, so you just have to play the game to figure that out for yourself. Movement is perfect. It's fast, smooth and effective, and most importantly, useful. It's the only FPS game I've played that nails the advanced movement genre thing developers love to rely on these days. It's basically a faster Crysis without the armor mode, and that's right up my alley. Titan gameplay is bloody fantastic. You get 10 or more loadouts, each one unique with separate weapons and abilities, offering their own gameplay changes as well as being inclusive to any type of gamer. You want a minigun? Go earn it. Want to be a cyborg ninja titan named Ronin? Go earn it. It's perfect single player variety and has a lot of care given to the different classes. That means the developers had to pace the game well as well, and they absolutely did. I've mentioned before on this channel that I really don't like games that are unnecessarily long, but I also can't stand games that are shorter than a damn movie, so there has to be a balance. Titanfall 2 absolutely nailed that balance for me. It's not too long and not too short, and provides a campaign you can play in one sitting, or just spread each mission over a week or so. It's perfectly paced and you never get bored. All in all, Titanfall 2's campaign is masterfully crafted with incredible set pieces and ridiculously creative missions and scenarios, which provide one of the most memorable games I've ever played. With the news EA is allowing studios to actually control the direction of the franchises, I have nothing but pure faith in Respawn to deliver a campaign in Titanfall 3 that is just as great as this one. Titanfall 2's multiplayer is literally Call of Duty on every substance known to man. It's fast paced, varied and destructive, with a fast time to kill, with an insane variation of scenarios requiring creativity, pure skill to win. Not only are you dealing with players as pilots, but also the players in Titans able to wipe you out easily with almost no issue. You can tell these guys made some of the Modern Warfare games because of how great the gunplay is. Each gun is incredibly balanced and are effective in the ranges they should be, so yes, a sniper rifle is not viable in shotgun range. The customization is also extremely good, with a variety of skins and gadgets that you can use. It's insane how underappreciated Titanfall 2 really is. You have an incredible amount of customization for your pilot, but also your Titan. You have Titan classes with skins and emotes and all that other stuff which isn't behind a paywall. This makes the game feel extremely balanced, fair, fun, creative and most importantly, fun, as I mentioned. And let's be honest, That's why we play games. Fun. The community, while a lot smaller than most games these days, is great. It's rare you face toxicity, so no, it won't bring the Modern Warfare 2 lobby nostalgia back, but it's still a great community that are definitely still active. I'm sure many went to Apex Legends when that came out, but I have no doubt that they returned to Titanfall 2 almost weekly, so the game won't be dead anytime soon. Titanfall 2 was swept under the rug on purpose by EA to justify killing the franchise and to prove single player is dead. In a way it worked, but they failed in the long game. Titanfall 2 is receiving more love than ever, and I can't wait to see where the franchise can go in the future. Titanfall 2 is an absolute classic, and everyone should give Titanfall 2 a chance at some point. Thank you for watching.